guys, so today I've got 10 best-selling expensive products from Sephora, and I've got dupes for all of them. Actually, I think I have 11, but anyway, just because I can't stop myself. I can't help myself once I start going. I love dupes, though, because there's always some great, really expensive products, and there's always, almost always, a really good, affordable dupe for it that everyone can afford. So you really don't need to spend a lot of money to have good skin. I'm going to say, if you're going to splurge on one thing, do sunscreen. Splurge on your sunscreen. Find your favorite sunscreen. Splurge on that. Save on everything else. Sunscreen, the only anti-aging product that really exists. Okay, so first up, these are actually owned by the same company. The Biossance Zinc and Mineral Sunscreen, which is their second incarnation of it. Their first version was a little bit shiny, glittery, sparkly. Their new version is much more matte and really nice. And this one retails for around $36, and its alternative comes in a giant bottle, owned by the same company. It's the Pipette SPF 50 Mineral Sunscreen. Both are wonderful. You can't go wrong with either of them, but if you're on a budget, the Pipette is the way to go. And they have some other really nice products, too. I think Pipette sold on iHerb. I think it's also sold at Target. I'll double check. But anyway, so these two very similar, nearly identical products, and you can't go wrong with either. So okay, those are wonderful. Next up, we've got one of my personal favorites, but the brand has let me down and really made me look into more dupes. That's the Drunk Elephant Protini. They've really let me down several times, especially recently. But anyway, I won't go on with that. There's a lot of great dupes. I did a whole video on it. I'm working on another updated video because more have come along. But the Acure Radically Rejuvenating Whipped Night Cream is very nearly identical, although it does have a thicker texture. So if you have oilier skin, you might not prefer this, but it's a very close dupe. And the texture of this one is more like their Lala cream, but the ingredients are more like the Protini. And this is really going to be big time money savings. So anyway, there you go. So it's a wonderful product. Okay, next up, I've never tried the full size of this. I've went through dozens of these sample bottles. That's the SK2 Essence. It's wonderful. It's expensive, very expensive. There are several dupes. One of the closest ones is the Missha Time Revolution Essence. CosRX also has a galactomyces product, which is kind of similar, although a little birdie told me that they're discontinuing that, so I'm not exactly sure. But anyway, these two are very similar. You can't go wrong with it. There's a lot of good essences and ferments out there. You don't need to spend hundreds of dollars on one, although they do a really great job marketing it as like the oldest essence, the best, expensive, blah, 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 blah. You don't need to spend hundreds of dollars. There's a lot of great essences for $30 and under. So you can save hundreds of dollars pretty quickly. There'll always be some people that prefer this, and if you can afford it, nothing wrong with that. But if you're looking to save a little bit of money and maybe spend more on sunscreen, there you go. Okay, next up, this brand is newer to Sephora, Augustinus Batter. This is the cream. They have the rich cream. They came out with a serum, a body lotion, a cleanser, which I accidentally bought the cleanser because I didn't do the correct money equation because it was pounds, so I thought it was a lot cheaper than it was. But anyway, I won't go on. It's a good product overall. However, there is another product at Sephora that is much more affordable, and that is the Topicals Like Butter. I love this stuff. I finally picked up a tube of it a couple of months ago, and I'm really enjoying it. You can use it as a moisturizer. You can use it as a mask. You can use it as a night mask, rinse-off mask, whatever. And their faded cream is also amazing. So these two are very similar. No fragrance in either of them. If you haven't tried this stuff, it is great. And their faded is also amazing. If you have hyperpigmentation, dark spots, things like that, is well worth the try. Next up, this is probably one of the most affordable ones in this whole list, but that is the Youth to the People Superberry Dream Mask, which is really nice. Although the one thing I dislike about it is the second you open it, you better hurry up and finish it because it goes bad really fast. I don't think they use a lot of preservatives in their products. So once you open it up, if you don't finish it, it will end up in a hard clump at the bottom of the jar, and you'll be left depressed and sad that you spent all this money on a product that is a hard clump. I guess you could try and mix, well, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, okay, so I've got something that's very similar, also fragrance-free. That is the I'm From Vitamin Tree Gel. This stuff is great, and I will mention some people that have skin that is prone to fungal acne. This is fungal acne safe. It is a wonderful moisturizer gel. Really wonderful texture. I have to review it, but no fragrance in it. It's got some really nice ingredients and very similar to this one, although I will say the texture of this is much better. I just prefer gel. When I can get a nice, wonderful gel texture, I like it. Okay, next up, we've got a cleansing oil from Tatcha, the Pure Camelia Cleansing Oil. It's expensive. It is wonderful. I've went through. This is another one where I've bought like the mini size several times and went through it, but never really bought the full size because it's so expensive. Thankfully, there's one product that's very similar, and that is the Labo Cleansing Oil, which the bottle is bigger, the price is littler, which is wonderful. It has no fragrance in it. It rinses clean, works well as, I like to use it in the morning or in the evening as a second step cleanser, but it really does a good job rinsing clean to the point where I almost don't feel like I need a second step, but in the morning I don't, at night I do. But anyway, these are both wonderful. This one is much more affordable. And although the packaging isn't as nice, but you know what I will say about the Hada, I love the fact that they offer refills. That's awesome, because then you don't have to buy the whole bottle again. You just get a little pouch to refill it. Okay, next up, I love this stuff. It's expensive. The Amore Pacific Single Vintage Grape Extract. It's a wonderful essence. It is freaking expensive. This is the tiny size, but they have the big size, which is like a couple $100. And the dupe for it is the Isntree Green Tea Fresh Toner. I love this stuff. They came with the cleanser. I love it. They came with the serum. I love it. The toner is great. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend giving it a try. You can use it as a toner, or you can pat it on like an essence. The ingredients in these are very similar, and this one will save you about $150 or something. So there you go. Although this stuff is really nice, this stuff is much more affordable. So just remember, you don't have to spend tons of money to get good skin. So, and if you're going to spend hundreds of dollars on a single product, I just recommend maybe spending on a dermatologist visit instead and getting a checkup. So anyway, okay, next up, the Barbara Sturm face cream product. I've went through a couple of these little samples of it, but the full size, if it's like $150 or $200, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Thankfully, there is a dupe. And that is the Tula Protect and Plump Firming and Hydrating Moisturizer, which I really actually love this stuff. I need to review it soon. No fragrance in it. I really like the airless pump packaging that comes in the tube. This is kind of becoming popular now, these kind of tube packaging. But anyway, Tula is kind of a hit or miss brand. More hits than misses, thankfully, but a few misses are totally clear misses. And they're embroiled in a class action lawsuit because people were disappointed that the probiotics they used weren't alive. They're dead. Most probiotics are dead, which is an oxymoron, I think. Anyway, if they're alive, they'll be refrigerated. So if you're buying something that says probiotics, it's not refrigerated, it's probably not alive probiotics. So, okay, anyway, total tangent. I stopped. Okay. Okay, next up, we've got, this is a product I've used, the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, which is one that sells a lot of the ingredients of it. I'm not totally crazy about because it contains some sunscreen ingredients towards the end of it. And I'm not crazy about having even a small amount of sunscreen filters in a night cream. I'm just not, but whatever. So a very similar product to that is the Paula's Choice Skin Restoring Moisturizer, which now the new packaging is all purple. It's a purple tube now. So this is the older packaging. Very similar, although the Paula's Choice I find to be a little bit more hydrating and doesn't contain those sunscreen filters, which I'm not totally crazy about, and much more ridiculously affordable. Okay, next up, the Laura Devgan Vitamin C Serum. Laura Devgan brand is very expensive at Sephora. I don't think it's sold at all Sephoras around the world, but in the US. And the interesting thing about the Laura Devgan brand is pretty much every single product that they sell has a 100% dupe that already exists. The Laura Devgan Vitamin C Serum has a 100% dupe with the Dermatology Vitamin C Serum, which I just picked up recently. It's also a 100% match to the Paula's Choice Vitamin C Serum. So almost every Laura Devgan product has a dermatology brand product that is identical to it. Identical, 100% identical, no difference. Same ingredients. So if you're thinking about buying anything from Laura Devgan, do some research first because you can save yourself hundreds of dollars and get something that's identical, much cheaper, just a different package. Otherwise, everything else is the same. So this stuff's still a little pricey. And then last but not least, the Algenist Genius Liquid Collagen Serum, which I reviewed. It was one of the first reviews I did, I think. Well, anyway, I liked it. It was expensive. It's like $120. And the one thing I didn't like about it was it has a little bit of fragrance in it, but it seemed to be a product that a lot of people loved. Very expensive, and I have a product that's very similar to it that is fragrance free, and that is the Slurp, which is a weird brand name. The Slurp Hyalid. There we go. Hyalid Slurp. It's a weird name. Slurp brand. They've got, I think, 3 products right now, but this is their Hyalid, which is very similar to the Algenist Liquid Collagen Serum. And just so you know, you can't apply collagen and have it make collagen. Collagen is hydrating when you apply it, but you can't just put on collagen on your skin and have it make collagen. There's only a few ingredients that actually can make collagen. Alpha hydroxy acids and amounts of 10% or higher, and vitamin C, L-ascorbic acid, and 10% or higher. So there's not a lot of things that you can put on to make collagen other than those 2. And then there's other lasers and everything like that. But anyway, so this one's very similar. So anyway, those are my favorite dupes. I love dupes. They're amazing. I love finding dupes. I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with saving money. I'm obsessed with saving you guys money. I'd rather you guys save $100 today and put it away than me make $1 commission on it. But anyway, click on the links anyway, because I do appreciate it. But save money when you can, and splurge when you want to, but save money when you can, because you don't need to spend a lot of money. Anyway, okay, those are some of my favorite dupes. I should just do like a whole dupes, like Tatcha dupes or Drunk Elephant dupes. I need to do those. I'll work on those. But anyway, those are my dupes for today. I'm interested in hearing from you guys if you have a favorite dupe or a favorite dupe for one of these that I didn't mention. Leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys, and stay tuned for more tomorrow. Okay, I got worked up when I talk about dupes. Anyway, okay, thank you guys so much. I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.